Well, welcome back to our final lesson for the Work Ready program 2019 for Mid-Atlantic Youth. I'd like to thank you for paying attention. Hopefully we learned a little bit about leadership, what it means to be a leader, and the possibility of you guys becoming great leaders and influential leaders within your community. The whole reason for Work Ready is to give you some quality work experience, but not only that, but teach you to be influential to your coworkers, help you to be able to introduce you to the workforce, and not only that, but so that you would be successful in the workforce as well. I know Ms. Shaver puts together a great and awesome program each and every year. I'd like to thank her and her entire staff. I'm sure you guys had a great time. Would love to hear some feedback on your experiences and what you learned or what you think you would love to learn for the next time. That would be awesome. This last lesson, we're going to cover some principles on how you should act in the position that you are. And from my experience, almost 10 years of working at the facility, to share with you what I have noticed as far as the attitude of some of the students there and the pitfalls that they may fall into. So we're going to be doing lesson number 3 on leadership, and this will be our final lesson for this time out. 3 things you need to learn to influence those around you and therefore be a more creative and sought after leader. Do you remember when you used to play basketball at home or baseball and you never wanted to be the last one picked for the team? The last one picked for the team was always considered a loser. No one really wanted them to be. Well, what makes you last to be picked? Sometimes in a leadership position, or particularly at the facility, you may have a reputation of not cooperating, or a reputation of not having a good attitude. And you're wondering why you're not having opportunities to go ahead and to grow and opportunities to go ahead and to move forward. And this could be some of the problem, the reason why you're not being picked. So we're going to go ahead and look at how you can how to correct that in your life, and not only to correct that in your life, but also to help you to grow. And as we talked the last time about myths within the leadership system. The first rule that you should always keep in mind is to value people. This is a rule that we miss sometimes. I remember watching students as they walked into a room with a new teacher, and you would hear comments, yeah, or they would come and they'd put their head down on the desk and just generally be disrespectful to the person. The first rule that you have to remember and to try to practice in your life, if you are to get ahead in society and in the workforce and to be influential leaders, is to value people. What do I mean by that? Everyone you meet can teach you something. It's just the fact that we don't take the time to try to learn what that is. And I realize that at the age that you are, most of you believe that you know everything that there is to know. Well, that's going to come as a big surprise to you some 15, 20 years from now when you realize that you knew nothing at this point. But that's for the future to go ahead and to tell you. But to value people and to understand that everyone has value and everyone has something to teach you. But you must be receptive to the opportunity about learning something. That means that you can't make a snap judgment on whether or not this person has something to teach you or not. You have to be able to watch your body attitude, because if your body attitude is negative towards the person that you're going, say you're walking into a classroom and you're coming face to face with this new person that you've never met before, and your attitude is, yeah, yeah, you ain't got nothing for me, they're automatically not going to want to share with you what you could have learned with them, because they don't think that you respect them, that you don't respect them. They don't think that you want to learn anything. But if you walk into a room, hey, how are you? My name is so and so. I'm happy to be here in this class. I want to learn something. Then they are very willing to go ahead and to share with you what you might be able to learn from them. So watch your body attitude, your body language as you're walking into rooms or encountering people, and look them in the eye and be genuinely interested in what they have to say. Open your eyes to what is around you and the possibilities that exist. I remember a lot of opportunities or a lot of time in class. You would walk into a class and no one seemed to be paying attention, and they're just missing out on all this information that they could have been learning from improving themselves, and they just continuously miss out on it. A lot of the people at the facility would you figure, well, I have 6 to 9 months, or I have six months to a year, and I'm just going to do my time and go home. And they leave the facility in exactly the same condition that they came. The first step to not allow that to happen is to learn how to value people. So remember your body attitude. Open your eyes to what is around you. What's the possibilities of this class? What's the possibilities of work ready? What could I have learned? Okay? So why is that important? I think we miss out on a lot of life when we come into situations with pre-ordained ideas about what that situation is going to hold for us or what other people could teach us. In other words, we already have our paradigm completed that we're not going to learn anything. We are just going to do our time, and we're almost like our life button has just been put on pause, and we're just going to move forward from here. And that's the wrong attitude to have. Also, another thing that you have to remember about valuing people, learn to respect people. Respect them for who they are. Respect them for the position that they hold, and people will start to respect you as well. Now, I understand that there's crazy people out there, and I understand that there is difficult people to get along with. But when you first enter into a relationship, when you first meet someone, it should be on the basis of respect. You show them respect, they show you respect. And that's how you learned, and that's how you open up a line of communication so that both of you could learn from things. The second rule, the first rule was value people, and practice that. Practice that. The second rule is to make yourself valuable. Make yourself a person that people want to be around. If no one wants to be around you, then you have to say to yourself, I wonder why nobody wants to be around me, or only negative people want to be around me. I never get positive people wanting to be around me. Maybe it's because you need to make yourself valuable. In other words, so that people want to be around you because you can teach them something. Remember the rule in learning how to be a good leader. A good leader always teaches his people something new. So what are people learning from you? Make yourself valuable. How do I do that? Well, you take time to learn. You take time to learn. You read through books. You read through conversations. If you're not a big reader, and if there's really no one that you can converse with back and forth, YouTube videos are awesome. I listen to lectures all the time on a ton of different subjects. Um, there's a bunch of things that you could do to go ahead and to make yourself more valuable. And people that are increasing in value, they know things. They've learned different things. Okay? Not only that, but listen. And remember, we just got done covering that. I realize you guys believe that you know everything at this point in your life, but Really, you really don't have to learn to listen. There is a lot of great information that people could share with you, and you're missing out on it because you just refuse to listen. Search for the vision. What is this person motivated by? What are they trying to do? What are they trying to do here in this facility? What is their purpose? What are they trying to accomplish? What do they want me to learn? Try to look for that vision. Okay? Okay? And also, by making yourself valuable, you're going to have two different attributes. You're going to be credible. So in other words, you're going to take responsibility for what you do. You're going to be passionate about what you do. Hey, how about cleaning this wall? That wall's going to be the cleanest wall it's ever been. Hey, how about vacuuming this rug? That rug's going to be the cleanest rug that they've ever seen. Hey, could you teach this person this subject? You're going to sit down and make sure that they know and understand the concept of what you're trying to teach them. Be credible. And not only that, but be consistent. Don't keep changing your positions on different ideas or different concepts or different beliefs, because then people won't know if they can trust you or not. So be credible and consistent. Stick to your guns. When you know something's right, stick to it. Don't be like a politician and keep changing your mind according to who you're talking to. I know a bunch of folks that when they're in a group of these particular people, they act this way. When in another group of people, they act totally different. Well, then you start to forget who you are, and you start to lose your credibility. And if you lose your credibility, then you're certainly not being consistent, and therefore you're not adding to your value. Number 3, value what others find value in. Value what others find value in. In other words, that might not be something that you have considered valuable before, but I'm going to take the time to see why they believe that's so valuable, because I might be missing something here. I might be missing something here. How's it going to help me? It's going to help you to grow, help you to get out of that little circle that you've been in. It's amazing when I talk to some of the young people when I was working at the facility, they have a vision of them being a rap star. They'll only listen to one kind of music. Listen to all kinds of music. Listen to all different aspects, because everyone finds value in something. Why are they where's the value in that? How can I incorporate that into what I'm doing? That's what makes you unique. Many different faceted people. In other words, they just don't have one side to them. They are multifaceted. So, and you may be missing something with other people. There's some people that are just highly intelligent. They may seem like they're really boring at first, but you enter into a conversation with them, you listen, you ask them questions, and all of a sudden they start telling you what they're passionate about, and you go, wow, that's pretty interesting. So now you're adding more value to yourself by realizing and saying, hey, I wonder what this guy finds value in. And all of a sudden you find yourself saying, yeah, I could start to see that value in that person. Okay? This is called living life. In other words, it isn't all about you. It's about new experiences. It's about meeting new people. It's about discovering new things in this world. And you're just not limited to who you think you are, to your sphere of friends. All of a sudden, the world just opens up and it's limitless. It goes on to infinity. It goes on to infinity. It was Theodore Roosevelt who said the most important single ingredient in the formula of a success is knowing how to get along with people. You use those 3 principles that we talked about. All people are valuable. Make yourself valuable. And also try to see and try to understand why people find other things the value in other things around them. It was Ernest Hemingway who said, "There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self." I'm going to say that one more time. Ernest Hemingway is one of my favorite authors. He fought in 3 separate wars: World War I, the Spanish Revolution, and World War II. And he wound up shooting himself in the end. It was a long story. Someday I'll have to go ahead and share that story with you. But he always tried to experience life, and he practiced these 3 principles that I shared with you in this class. But remember this quote: "There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self." Hopefully during this time of Work Ready that you've grown. You've grown. And the only one that you're competing against, truly and honestly, is yourself. And hopefully you grew during this Work Ready. If you have not, hopefully you can go ahead and look over this information again. And since we're talking about that, Miss Shaver is going to share with you the website that we are putting together. It's going to be a mentoring website where you guys could access that when you get out and access that information. These videos will be linked to that website, and also there'll be other videos to try to help you out with all different types of things. And you'll also be able to go ahead and to communicate with us back and forth. We have a list of different mentors that might be taking part of the website, and they're very interesting people. And we're going to go ahead and record some interviews about who they are. You can go on there and look on the page, Meet Our Mentors. And you can click on each and every one of them, listen to what they say. If you find something of value, see that we're already using our principles. People find value in people. If you start to understand, I wonder what he considers valuable in his life. Maybe I can learn something from them. As you listen to the videos, then you can start to correspond back and forth, and hopefully it'll help you to grow. This is going to give you another whole source of information, a whole source of material to help you grow and hopefully make you be successful in your lives. I hope that you have a great rest of the year. For those of you who are going home soon, I wish you well. Stay in contact. Watch out for that website, and hopefully we'll be talking to you soon. Make sure that you could always write your questions down, and we'll answer them. Give them to Miss Shaver, and we'll make sure that they get answered. So hope you guys had a great time during Work Ready. Make sure you thank Miss Shaver. I'm sure she's going to have some sort of party right at the end. So make sure you thank her, and hopefully you guys will have a good time. Good talking to you.